everyone, it's Jana here for Scraps.com, and I have another tutorial for you for this month to finish here a layout and that I got it started here, and I wanted to show you how I created and got this base started, and then we can go from here. I'm using today the Cards and Words number 5 templates from Designed by Soko. As you can see, very traditional, kind of simple templates, clean. And I have Beautiful Moments kit from Pinkadu Designs. I'm using the elements, and I'm using also Maya de Groot Express Your Creativity papers, which is the Fresh is Artsy papers. Beautiful papers. And I decided after I started this that I'm going to use some magic lights from NBK Design, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So the way I started here, I put some of the paper, one paper at the background here, and I just clipped the other paper to one of the center lines here of the template. As you can see here, there is a center line here on the template. And I'm gonna get my tablet here. And what I did with the second paper, I inverted the paper because the paper design was on this side, so I wanted to be on this side because I already had this this design here on this side. So and then I clipped the paper here. So I also clipped the papers to the picture frames here, as you can see, 2 pictures. And I wanted to show you first how I did this picture here. I put kind of an effect on this picture, and because I'm using Photoshop CC 2017, I wanted this picture to go from this to this. So what I did to do that, and sorry about my dog, I applied a gradient map. So we go here, gradient map, and it opens here the gradient map on top. So here you have several gradient maps that Photoshop has, and I chose this one that has more kind of a bluish tone from the dark. I just wanted to be a little different. And then the nice thing about the gradient maps is that I then use a soft light overlay. So this is normal, and this is normal, so you can see there is a something on the top of it, and then this is soft light. And then I reduced the opacity to 80%. And I just created a stamp layer on top so I can drag to my layout. And if you don't know, you can do a stamp layer. It's Control Command Alt Shift E to create a stamp, which is Photoshop makes a copy of all the layers to one layer. So I just have here. And so what I did here, if I go down there where my picture is, I put my picture just on top, just before the paper, the background. And if I disable here the mask, so I right click and disable the layer mask, and you're going to see the picture there. So I just created a mask, clicking here on the mask with the option to hide all when I clicked. And or also what you can go to, you know, layer mask, and because I already have, it's gonna be hide all. So, or you can also click on the layer mask, it's gonna be white, then you just give a command Control I to inverse, and then it's gonna be black. So From there, what I did, I just grabbed one of the brush tools from the Space Knight from NBK Design. I got this one here. And with my brush in white, I just started to blend the picture back there. And, you know, blend this brush from this collection, which was part of the last month's mini haul. It's great. And then if I don't like it, I go back to black and I can make it, you know, this back a little bit. So I just did that there. So from there, I can now make this a little bigger. So now here on the template, she says that we have this word strip. Here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hide this and I'm going to put my own element. So I'm going to go to the Beautiful Moments elements and see what else I can do there. I think she has also this here. Because I'm an artsy scrapper, I'm gonna put some more paint on the background. So first I'm gonna actually to close the picture here, and I'm gonna go back to the background and I'm gonna put some more paint on this side. I'm gonna grab that, drag over there. Of course, it's too big. You're going to reduce the size. Just going to do that. Let me play with the blend mode to see what happens. Yeah, I'm going to leave on multiply because it then blends a little bit. She has also this brush here, and I'm going to change the color. So always what I do to go together is grab, you know, something here, this blue from the picture here, and I'm not gonna image, edit, fill, and make sure preserve transparency, and now you have that, you know, painted there. Okay, let me see what else can I put here. I'm gonna put on top where she had on the initial template. So the nice thing about Photoshop is that now I can right click here, I click kind of over here where the shadow is, and I go create layer. Oops, I clicked wrong, create layer, and we have now the shadow here. And what I like to do is go here with this smudge brush, with a soft brush. I have a soft brush, and I just have the strength at 19%, and I'm gonna tuck this here because if you are, you know, if this was real, it's not gonna have shadow here. This is glued to the paper, and I'm just gonna drag this a little bit more and drag this a little bit more, and I'm gonna reduce even more so I can kind of manipulate. You can do the warp too, but sometimes I'm lazy and I don't want to spend time with it. But you can be more specific if you want. So let's keep putting some more. I like to do the you know, the rule that we don't put, we have to put odds, we don't put even elements. So if I have one strip, I like to put two more, so we have 3. To create a layer, and I'm gonna smudge here at the and here, and then come here a little bit. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna put a third element. So the third element is going to be this bread, and let me close something. Okay, so I have my shadow there, and I have my third element here, And let me see what else I can put. It would be nice, like I think I'm gonna put a, she has this washi tapes, right? Maybe this polka dot's fun. All right, so it's looking good. As you can see, the goal here is, if you're not an artsy scrapper, the layout is pretty, the design is pretty, the template is pretty simple. What I wanted to show you is that you can apply, you know, paints and look more artistic, but not that artistic. What I mean is, like, not out there. And still have some flair of paints, but as you can see, I barely use brushes here. Everything is made with the papers and with the paints from the kit. So my goal here is that you don't get overwhelmed and that you think that you have to do all this stuff. And I think people, when see this, they think, oh my god, you used all these paints and you used all these brushes, when in reality you didn't. So I hope this helps you to give a sense of, you know, what kinds of things you can do with these templates and the papers and everything that we have. So with that said, what else is missing here? We're gonna put the title at the end. So as always with me, and you don't have to do that, I like when I have this kind of pictures like this, that they are outside. You can see it was pretty sunny, and I like personally to have some light that shines on the layout. This is a personal thing. You don't have to do this. I just want to show you how you can do this. Always when I have outdoors that are pretty sunny, I like that. And to tell you the truth, that was one of the main reasons why I became a digital scrapper, because I wanted my pages to have light and kind of effect that I knew with paper I could never accomplish. And so the layout's pretty done. You can just skip to the title if you don't like that, but if you want, so I can show you how you can bring this to the top. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you about is, as you can see, the kit has some pretty amazing things like butterflies, vintage papers, and if you are a layered scrapper and if you like more layering, you could put vintage papers over here and layer on the top of this. She puts a pretty base for you, and you can just use the base that she's using for you here. You could use another stack of paper. Actually, she has another stack of paper. I'm sorry for they are doing some gardening outside here, the noise. But I didn't want another paper here, but you could definitely do that. I just want to show you some other possibilities, and of course I have my style. But in the blog post for this tutorial, you're going to see other two layouts from our team, and you can see the different approaches that they took with this template pack. So I'm very grateful that they do that for me, so you can see what other people created and how they take it. And we have some CT team that they love to use the flowers and a lot of embellishments. And so you can see that. I encourage you to go ahead in the blog post and check that out. It seems that today everybody decided to make noise. I'm sorry that my dog is so needy today. So talking about that, she has wonderful elements here, and go ahead and use that. She has beautiful butterflies. But just so you know, you don't have to be. If you're familiar with my layouts, I have a tendency to use less embellishments and make more the paints and the brushes and things that stand out. So because otherwise it's gonna be too much. So anyway, going back about the light. So I just thought it was important to talk to you about that, so you don't feel that you have to do things like that. So I have here some Urban Garden Magic Lights from NBK Design. And I thought it was fun, this tree. Again, I don't know if that's gonna work. I think that's what you have to do. So, okay, I have here the Urban Garden Magic Lights again, and really love this here. So let's try. Sometimes some don't work, some other ones work, so, you know, and that's okay. And the beauty about digital is that you just grab another one. So I just want to create the light over here. So let's try that one. And usually I use or hard light or soft light. So this is hard light. Soft light is almost like done. This is vivid light. Let me see again, hard light. I think I'll leave the hard light. But I still want some reflection here. So let's see. Let's try this one on top of that one. And again, this is totally optional. You don't have to do this. So right there beside, kind of reflecting here on their back. And I'm gonna use soft light, overlay. Oh, overlay, I like it. I think vivid light's gonna be too strong, yeah. So really love it, overlay. So you can see it's just a hint of light here, and because I did a gradient map that is kind of bluish, it goes really well together. Okay, so now we're going to go to the title. Very nice wood arts. I really love this one. So I'm gonna grab that. This is like a sticker. Just perfect. I can put over here. And I'm going to apply a shadow. So I apply a shadow here, and when you click here on the drop shadow, if I, you know, with my mouse here, I can just move that shadow. There you go. And I just moved a little bit. So this is pretty much it. I'm pretty satisfied. I think it goes really well together. Again, experiment, and if you do something with the skits and with this idea, just leave your link in the comment of the blog post, and so we can see and feature your layout in the Facebook page, our scraps, facebook.com/scraps, so we can see what you're doing with the tutorials. So I really hope you got something from this, and I see you next time. Thank you.